As we get back on the roads, Gerber Injury Law wants you to get around the valley safely. And even though the Phoenix Theater are not having performances open to the public, Pat McMahon talked with them on how they have made an adjustment.
So I'm going to ask you a personal question now to all of you. How many people do you know, how many entities do you know that are 100 years old? Now, I have no time to wait because there aren't that many, particularly in a new place like Phoenix, Arizona. But there is one. Phoenix Theater Company producing artistic director Michael Barnard is with us. And I'm delighted to once again be able to talk to you, Michael, even during these tough times, not just for the restaurant businesses and not just for hotels and resorts, but most particularly for entertainers and entertainment complexes. I've got to ask you, what has been the key to keeping Phoenix Theater open and operating for 100 years?
Perseverance. No matter the time, during whether it be the Depression or whether it be World War II, 9/11, the economic crash in 2008, there was always a strategy that was created by those that took care of the theater at that time to keep it going and to keep it moving forward. Because it has always been a theater for the community, there have always been individuals in the community that have come to its aid, during this time. And we've not shuttered our doors in 100 years until now, until this pandemic.
Yes, well, I know that you didn't expect to have a production called COVID-19 enter your lives, but since it has, you folks once again creatively have done something to help out and to keep that bond with your patrons called Behind the Scenes. Tell everybody about that now.
Well, Behind the Curtain, we've had 8 episodes so far. Every Thursday at 7:30 p.m., which is our typical curtain time, we look at a subject to do with the theater that must be done prior to the opening night or the rise of the curtain on opening night. So we have devoted an episode to the rehearsal process, to learning a dance step, to the auditions, preparation for an audition, backstage, and tech. And tonight's episode is on musical directors and what they have to do to prepare. Last week was on choreographers. So each week we do an intimate interview and discussion and sometimes demonstration of whatever it is that we are talking about that each theater has to go through to prepare for a particular opening night. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, and when you say each theater, by the way, for the newcomers to the Valley who may not have been a part of the history of Phoenix Theater and Phoenix Theater Company, talk about the facilities that you have now, because it's not just that 100-year-old theater we're talking about.
No, we have 3 venues on our campus. A 380-seat theater, our main stage, the original theater. And then we have a 250-seat Hormel theater. And then we have a 110-seat, the Judith Hards theater.
Now, for those of us who are technologically impaired, Michael Barnard, you've been patient with me in the past. Be patient with me again and tell me how to find Behind the Scenes on Thursday night.
We send out a notice to all of our subscribers, but you can go onto our website and they will explain a direct link to Behind the Curtain.
And
so that link's right there.
Since most of us have learned to be hesitant during these times about looking too far in the future. How much about the next season can you tell us?
Well, we are in the midst of that conversation now. We have 2 or 3 scenarios, and we're waiting on some answers from, from the state government, from Actors Equity, from a variety of different things that we have to sort of get answers on before we can actually, pull a trigger on something. But we have 2 or 3 different scenarios in which way to go. And we're hoping that we can return to the stage in the fall.
Well, anytime that the city of New York comes up, a lot of people here in the West will say, why would anybody want to spend any time in New York? And a lot of times the answer is, it's because of the great theater. My response to that is, New York's, yeah, that's a great town. But in Phoenix, we got a great town and great theater, the Phoenix Theater Company, and we thank you for still hanging in there during this period of time. Michael Barnard, delighted to have you.
Thank you, Pat. Appreciate it.